Hey, I'm Octavia Price, and I'm from Jackson, Mississippi.
Born and raised?
Born and raised.
Proud of it?
Proud of it.
What do you like about it?
That is family oriented, and that is the Southern hospitality state, and that's where I'm from.
Can you tell the people something about you?
Okay, I'm an aspiring rapper. I go by the name of Madam Tay. You can look me up on Instagram, YouTube, and all the social media platforms.
City for the clouds, I pick one and paint his face. Okay. I'm super thick, big booty, Keisha K up in the way. And I don't chase that nigga that can't be replaced. I seen them headless news, no face, no case.
I'm 33. I'm currently getting into the films, like doing short films, actually trying to write short films. I write poetry. I want to act one day, and I'm just an aspiring entrepreneur.
Okay. What got you started?
With rapping,
Well, writing. Okay, how were you as a
writing.
child?
Okay, well, when I was a child, I liked to freestyle a lot in elementary. So I come home and write a couple bars. So I had a coldest starting point when I get in there, and then I just go the rest off my head. It started off as that. As I progressed, it started to poetry. I had a lot of anger issues, and that's when the rapping came, like to expressing myself.
Okay, did it help?
Yes,
Okay.
somewhat.
So, were you a battle rapper or were you a story rapper?
I was both. I'm a battle rapper. I love them. I'm competitive, and I also like to story tell. So I'll say both.
Okay. What are most of your stories about?
Well, really about things like I went through, things we trying to overcome, just major events in my life, things that stuck out to me, things that changed my life, and just to give a little hope also.
Okay. What are some of the things that affected you and what are some of the things that made changes, some of the subtle changes?
Well, the first change I could think about is when my aunt committed suicide. I was probably about 5, maybe 6, and I actually witnessed it, so it gave me a lot of trauma, um, anxiety, panic attacks and stuff like that in that nature. So I kind of started like talking to like a counselor, and she kind of gave me the idea to like kind of write, certain things, cause I express myself better when I write instead of like trying to talk it to you, communicate.
Okay.
Yes.
So, how old were you when they asked you to start releasing your feelings, your emotions, your understanding through writing?
I probably was about like 8, 9, or maybe 10. I was like 5th grade. I remember writing in 5th grade.
Okay. Crayon in hand.
Actually a pencil, but we was using pencils by then.
Okay. Now, how long did it take you to get to a point where you could deal with it better?
Wow. I'ma say after high school maybe, cause high school was kind of hard, so it kind of like added to the frustrations and the lashing out and stuff like that. So I say after high school, to be honest.
Okay. Does some of that continue?
To this day, I mean, I have my moments, but now like I kind of deal with it. I feel like I deal with it much better because I actually lost my dad like when I was like 25, about to be 25, and when I turned 25, I learned like my worth. Like I learned like that my attitude and my actions was the only thing that was getting in my way. So it kind of, I'm gonna say by the time I was 25, it was kind of like, okay, I get in that.
Okay. Do you think that that's something that just comes along with maturity, or it was
Definitely.
more structured based off of the things that you've experienced?
I'm gonna say it experience, but definitely maturity. Definitely.
Okay. Name some influential people in your life.
Well, I'm gonna start out saying my mom,
Okay.
Vanika Price. Worked 2, 3 jobs, single parent. And always made it happen with a smile on her face. So I really look up to her. I say my a lady named Janet Ott. She owned the Stupot Community Center. I went to the summer camp there, and she kind of gave us opportunities that we didn't have at first. She introduced us to another way of life. You know, looking at things.
Give me an example.
Well, she she kind of like, well, she took us places for one that we probably couldn't afford to go. And we got to experience that. She gave us diversity. We got to meet people from all over, different backgrounds, different culture. We was able to we always did like give back to the homeless, like food drives and canned goods, you know, stuff like that and that nature. So it always kept me humbled, and I always wanted to be like her, get rich and take care of the poor, you know, just give back to the community, give people like me a chance to have a future.
Where were some of the places that you had an opportunity to go with Miss Ott?
I actually went to Camp Bob. It's in a part of Mississippi. I'm not sure. They taught me how to swim, about the outdoors, unity, survival. I went to a summer camp in North Carolina. I also got these type of skills. Got the mountain climb, rock climb, canoe, all the good stuff, tie dyes. Cause I'm an outdoors female, so I like the outdoors. I'm an outdoors child. But just something other than seeing the hood, seeing vacant buildings and stray dogs and cats somewhere where the grass is green and the water is blue. It made me versatile to be able to, like, I can hang with some people that's from the hood. I can be in a room with corporate people. I can talk to all races. It gave me a open mind to, you know, to accept and learn and understand different, because everybody different. Everybody come from different backgrounds. Everybody come from different point of views, and when you don't have an open mind, you shut things out, and it's a lot that you don't get to learn. So it kept me open minded. Like, I know, like, it's different out there. You know, it's better out there.
Are you in a position now where you can do some of those things that Miss Ott did for you? Maybe not on the same scale, but are you in give back mode?
I do it now. I donate to Stupot right now to this day. Clothes, food, old clothes. Every time I clean out my closet, it goes to them. Um, I think it made me kind of like a counselor and a guide, like a guidance counselor to my friends and my family, because I'm like the person that they come to for advice, and they come to lay down their burdens, and I kind of give people motivation and hope. Like, I know this is my purpose on this earth, and I feel like me going to Stupot made me realize, like, this is what I want to do. Like, this is my purpose, even though it comes with a gift and a curse.
Okay, what's the curse side?
The curse side is that I kind of, I'm there for a lot of people, but I don't get that in return, because a lot of people don't know how to handle when somebody's down or somebody's stressed out. A lot of people don't know how to uplift a person, or, you know, everybody not like me, and I had to understand it. Like, and I used to always feel like if I pour into everybody else and I'm giving out all this energy, like, how I'ma feel me back up. But I get that from God. It took me a long time to learn it.
There's a saying that the reward will never be as much as the work.
Thanks. But it made me feel good about myself.
Do you think that the people that you help, using your experience, fully benefit or partially benefit from what you see after you help?
Well, to be honest, most times I feel like at that moment they might get upset because a lot of people don't like real. They might say they do, but nobody likes the honest God truth. And I'm the type of person that's kind of gonna like, I'm gonna give you factual, no fantasy. I'm gonna give you straightforward. And at the moment, they kind of, it be iffy. But later on, they come back and they be like, I took your advice, or you was right, or I just might hear about them or see them and they doing what we probably discussed, or so it makes me proud.
Okay. Proud for what reason?
Because I feel like I'm doing what I'm here to do, like to uplift and motivate. Like,
Okay. Now, out of the crafts that you have, it appears all of them are creative things.
facts.
Film, one thing. Poetry, another. Um, songs, another. What do you try to deliver from into your poetry?
Motivation. Um, I kind of try to give you my experience and maybe like, cause it's no guide book on life. It's no handbook. So I kind of like put out what I have went through and maybe to, help somebody else far as like they went through it too, or well, she got through this, I can get through this, or it might answer a question or something you was puzzled about, you know, in that nature.
Okay. You said you also have started to do short films.
Hmm.
Dealing with what right now?
Right now it's hood films.
Okay.
Hmm.
What's the reason why?
I mean, we from the hood. But actually this somebody else's project. I didn't actually write it, so it's not coming from, my point of view. But I'm gonna act in it. So.
Okay. Do you think that that film delivers some of the things that you would like to get across?
I mean, it delivers what's really like some things that's going on. Yes, it'll make you aware of different situations and stuff like that you might need to be aware of. Because
Okay.
it goes on every day. It's kind of like what's going on every day. I'm going to say that.
It's a tour guide.
Yeah.
Okay. And in yours?
Well, in mine, it's going to be my past experiences, like things I have dealt with and I have overcome. So, yeah.
Out of the songs that you have,
Hmm.
name me your top three. Why and what they deal with.
Well, I'm going to say right now it'll be Aquafina, number
Big
one.
booty, Keisha K
I
up in the
song
way.
Can't
And I
Man,
don't
number
taste
two.
that nigga.
And I'll say Stay in Your Lane. And Aquafina is really like, it's commercial. It's something to give me some ears, radio play, and make people pay attention to me right now. Right now, my songs is to get the attention, get the fan base, so I can be able to say what I want to say.
How long do you think that takes?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, that's what I'm laying down now. But with my album, I'm gonna say what I want to say. That's why I'm gonna name it Dropping Jewels, cause it's just like giving you knowledge. I mean, I feel like I'm a wise person, and I don't want to die with all this wisdom, cause then what I had it was useless if I didn't teach anybody.
Wisdom is pain and comes responsibility.
Trust me, I know heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Most definitely. So, out of everything that you have done, and everything that you desire to do in the near future, what do you think you're going to get out of it?
Well, me, I think I'll be at peace because I did what I wanted to do. Whether it fails or succeed, it's just that I wanted to do it and I did it.
So that's your version of success.
Yes.
Okay. Now, out of all the songs that you have, and you look at yourself now and later in life. For all the songs you've written, maybe you didn't record all of them yet.
Mhm.
Which one would you want your grandkids to hear?
Mm, it'll be the stuff I'm working on now for my album, cause it'll be like kind of like it'll be on the most serious note. It won't be like the basic that I've been doing. It'll be a little deeper, and then
More introspective.
yes.
Okay. Could you name the title of one or two of those?
Well, I got a song that I'm working on. It's called ugh, I'm not sure exactly what I want to call it yet.
It's a working title.
It's a working title.
Okay.
But it's like my goal is to like get them what they want out. Like the flow that I'm gonna use is gonna be catchy. It's gonna be like what's going on today, whatever the wave is. But the words, I want it's gonna mean something. Like it ain't gonna be a bunch of gibberish. Is what I'm trying to say. But you have to say it in a way that people understand, that they will listen. That's what I'm trying to say. Like if I just go in and preach to them, you know what I'm saying? Like preaching, they're gonna be like, oh, I don't want to hear it. But if it's okay, and then they listen to it, they like, okay, they taking it in.
So it's not as direct, it's more indirect.
Kind of, sort of.
Okay. What would you tell those people who have gone through some of the experiences or similar experiences that you have dealing with trauma at an early age? What would your message be to them?
You will get through it. Like, keep going. There will be better days. There will be better days. There will be some days that it seems like it just happened, but it's gonna be a lot of days where it's not gonna even affect you.
Okay. Is that something that you can just ease off of, or do you have to stay focused on being a better person at all times?
I mean, nobody's perfect, but with that, you can't control it. I can't tell you you'll be over it in 5 months or 5 years or 15 years because I'll be lying. It really depends on the person. It really depends on, do you want to get past it? That's the number one thing. Do you want to be?
Why do you think people sometimes don't want to get over their trauma?
I mean, because a lot of people pay attention to the victim. You get a lot being the victim, but the reward is bigger when you become the survivor. That's how I feel in my eyes.
Easier to be the victim than the villain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Of the people that you know of in and around this area, what do you think their mindset is toward people who have had traumas and are dealing with various issues related to that trauma?
Well, I'm gonna say in the black community, they just now kind of like being more aware of mental health and mental health issues and getting help for mental health because nobody wants to seem like they gotta go talk to a therapist or take medicine or whatever it may take, but you have to deal with those issues to be able to overcome them. So I'm gonna say now it's better. Back then it was kind of like a swept under the rug thing, or you just want attention, or you might just be acting out, or something like that. People never really paid attention to it because back then you couldn't really speak your mind, especially to your parents. But now, as time has progressed, people are starting to express themselves, letting their children be more expressive and understanding to their kids. Because I'm an 80s baby. You couldn't even do all that. Like, there'll be a sign of disrespect. But times have changed now to where people listen to their kids and they talk to them and stuff. So I think it's getting better. Even within the schools, because like schools don't know how to handle mental health, the police force don't know how to handle mental health, so like issues or things in that nature. So I think now it's becoming a bigger thing than what it was back then.
Okay. Do you think that in the minority black community that many of those fears are validated by some of the things that they hear about the medical profession?
I mean, yeah, because it's always a downside, or it's always effects that come from like taking different type of medications and stuff like that. So I can understand that too. But some people like as far as people like with schizophrenia, like my auntie, like they have to be on some type of medication, like or whatever. Because if it don't get treated, it can end up into things like suicide or murder or a serial killer or them things of those nature. So yeah, I kind of got lost sidetracked.
No, no, that was right on point.
Okay.
Okay, for those who would reject the medicine, what do you think the benefits of speaking with a therapist
I
are?
think I think everybody needs somebody to talk to, and somebody that don't know you, don't already know you, don't know where you come from, not judging you from the jump. Somebody that won't go and tell your business. Somebody that you can can get comfortable with for one and confide in. I think everybody needs that. You can't make it in this world alone. And if you build up frustrations, it's gonna come out in the worst possible way. I know.
So there'll be some lashing out.
Yes, a lot of aggressive and belligerent behavior.
No.
Yes, but I mean, people deal with things in different ways. Cause some people silent and people don't even notice that they, are down or going through something. But see, me, I have a gift. I can feel it. Like you ain't gotta tell me. I can just sense like something ain't right, or I pay attention to pattern. I'm very observant. Like some people they do drugs to deal with it. Some people use sex to deal with it. Some people gamble to deal with it. Some people get out and they get real busy and bury their head until they work. Some people sleep all day. Some people eat a lot. Like
Back in the day, working class community, times where they didn't have the opportunity or did not take the opportunity to go to a therapist to talk to them, and may or may not have talked to their pastor or someone in the church. They, I have heard this said over and over: being depressed is a luxury that poor folks with responsibility don't have.
mm,
How valid do you think that is, and do you think that that lends itself to people just pushing on without having it because grocery got to get here, and I
that's
can't
true.
miss these days?
That's true. I feel like that's why things are the way they are right now. We doomed. We going into a destruction because we just not dealing with Trump. I mean, it goes back to being raised. A lot of people didn't know the way that they was raised was wrong. A lot of things that we was taught was wrong. A lot of and we always thought it was right. So it's kind of hard to kind of show your grandma like this is another way to do this or do that because they been this way for so long. But I feel like a lot of people they didn't get the like children acting out today because the parents work. They didn't have time to take out to tend to their child or actually spend time with their children or get to know their kids. So now they learning things about their children that they never even knew because they worked. They didn't feel like that they was doing anything wrong. They knew they was keeping a roof over their head, but it takes more than that when you trying to raise a child.
As an example, there's a friend of mine that had a parent that worked all of the time. They spent a lot of time getting them material things,
Mm-hmm.
and not as much time given to one thing that you can't get back, which is your time.
Mm-hmm.
And they ask other people to look in on them, and those people abuse those children in ways that no child should be abused.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that having seen that, I can identify with what you were saying now when you say you find out things about your children
That you didn't know.
that you also find out things about people that you just said, hey, uh, I'm going to go over here and do this thing, but and work and provide this thing, but it kind of makes you think, did I ever stop and recheck and verify that the person that, or the persons that I put over my child were those type of persons that I should have?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of parents struggle with it today. When a lot of kids do too, I can say that I'm blessed. I never got molested but I have family members and close people to me that have. And to be honest, like once it's done, it's done. It's not really anything that you can do, but you can take the time now in the future and try to help this person like as you can to help them get through it and to be aware of the signs and to be more protective of your kids. I mean, when my mama had me, she was 15. So she was a child herself. She was growing up when I was growing up. So the way she handled and raised me is different from when she handled and raised my little brother who was 10 years younger than me because she had got more experience and, you know, she had to grow as a person too. And we opened her eyes to a lot of things that she probably wasn't even aware of. So when it came to my brother, it got better. I mean, the only thing you can do is work in the future. Like the past, like you really can't do nothing about it. And a lot of people hold resentment and depression because the past, like it could be your worst enemy. Your own memory, your own past can be your own worst enemy. But you just gotta keep moving forward and not let it affect you to today. I mean, like I know it sounds crazy when they say you embrace things like that, but you have to. I mean, everybody got a story to tell. I mean, you tell your story, live your truth, and it might help somebody else. And then you never too old to get help. You never too old to change. You never too old to work on childhood trauma. I still work on childhood trauma to this day, certain things, you know. So it got to be dealt with because you can sweep it on the rug all you want. You come back 50, 60, it's still there.
Do you think that sends those type of traumas further down the generation line because of the example of how to do certain things has gotten to be this older person, and again they're stunted because of things that have happened to them in their past, that they're not as productive as they could be for the generations coming down?
It is true. I call them strongholds. Yeah, it can affect you, but somebody got to be the person to say, "I'm gonna break the cycle. I'm gonna break the stronghold. I'm gonna change the structure." And I feel like when I was born, I feel like that's what I came to do. That's why I feel like I went through the most. And out of all my mama kids, I'd rather been the one to lose my daddy, to experience my auntie doing what she did, to get lupus and all these other things. Cause I feel like I'm strong. I'm built for it. I feel like if it would be somebody else, you know. So somebody got to stand up and break the cycle. They're just like if you come from a family of being poor, somebody got to stand up and say, "Look, I'm gonna get some money so we can have some generational wealth around here." Like somebody got to do it, or the cycle will repeat itself, and it will.
The wheel will keep spinning.
The wheel will keep spinning.
They love and affection. Hit me up when you ready. Little baby, I'm a big P and don't you forget it. Come follow me, little baby, I can take you farther. And I can boss your life up, I'm the plug daughter. You know, big fish and little pumpkin swallow. And you can Google me, I know what's McCullough. I ride his face today, I block his ass tomorrow. And I just want the brain, the body gon' follow. Real bitches can relate, cause I'm dropping knowledge. Your vocals gon' hate, I got y'all hoes bothered. And we don't do no kissing, give me head when I'm stressing. And we don't do no testing, can't be screenshot, no message. Up in love, in affection, hit me up when you ready. Little baby, I'm a big P and don't you forget it. Can't now be top me, can't now be pop me. Can't now be top me, can't now be pop me.